Hello and welcome to We Know Crypto, where the big names from the crypto sphere tell you what you need to know. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Joining us today is one of the big names from Bitcoin. It's Tone Vays. Tone spent 10 years on Wall Street before turning his talents to trading and analyzing Bitcoin. Now he's got a massive following for his tips on crypto. Please give a very warm welcome to our BTC VIP, Tone Vays.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on the show.
Bitcoin has come under fire in the past for a number of reasons, and we want to get your views on some of the big talking points. First up, we're going to talk the value of cryptocurrency, and clearly you've been in this game for a while, and I think we'll have an interesting and valuable answer to those who say Bitcoin has no value, including the likes of Warren Buffett.
Bitcoin has no unique value at all. It doesn't produce anything. You can stare at it all day and no little Bitcoins come out or anything like that. It's a delusion, basically.
If you told me you owned all of the Bitcoin in the world and you offered it to me for $25, I wouldn't take it because what would I do with it?
What do you say to those people, Tone? And what's your answer to this?
Well, Warren Buffett had the same view when the internet came around. So, some people use their experience and are open to new technology. Warren Buffett has proven that he's really not. The government coming after his wealth is not a concern for him. Warren Buffett sending money to someone on the other side of the world is not a concern for him. But if Russia controlled the world and suddenly they decided to confiscate his wealth, he would have a serious appreciation for Bitcoin. So when, the problem that Bitcoin solves, it doesn't solve his problems. He has very different problems than other people. And for him, Bitcoin is meaningless, and the amount of wealth that he has, Bitcoin is not going to increase it by much because Bitcoin's market cap is not that big. So for him, Bitcoin is not necessary. So when you ask questions of people that never did any real research on Bitcoin because they don't need to, you're going to get a very silly answer. So the problem isn't with Warren Buffett's answer. The problem is people asking him silly questions that he knows nothing about.
Yeah, there's such a good response, by the way, as well, because we have lots of different views on that, but you hit the nail on the head in terms of where he's at and his perspective, and would it provide much value to him? No, of course not in the current state of things. So really, really good answer, really interesting to hear. Okay, next up is regulation, and we've had debates on this show between Jimmy Song and David Wu saying the government could just turn off Bitcoin if it wanted to.
If they killed the ruble overnight, they could kill Bitcoin tomorrow.
Now, we know Bitcoin has survived that, survived China trying to do that, and it only dented it and it came back. But regulation, could it kill Bitcoin? And as a follow-up, is it needed in terms of driving global adoption?
I'm going to tackle the second question first. Is it needed? Look, I don't know what's needed and what isn't. There is an awesome meme out there where it's like, where like a girl is asking the question, should the government, and like the guy is turning around and walking away and is answering the question, no, right? Like is regulation needed? I have no idea, right? And it's not, probably not. At the same time, I feel that 99% of all of these altcoins are breaking current regulation on security law. Now, we can debate whether security law should exist. We can debate whether the SEC should exist. But the SEC does exist and security laws do exist. It's just that the SEC doesn't care to enforce any of those laws. And the altcoin space is running wild because the enforcer of those laws isn't enforcing it. Now, okay, that's the world that we live in. But as far as Bitcoin regulation goes, my answer is going to be no, because Bitcoin is not a security, while I do think most of this other stuff in crypto is. So I don't believe there should be any laws on regulation, but my opinion is kind of irrelevant, right? The point is, can Bitcoin survive any of these regulations and any of these crackdowns? And the answer is it has to survive. Otherwise, I've wasted 10 years of my life. This was the same thing I said. I don't know if you guys remember when Binance got hacked and CZ, hasn't slept. The CEO of Binance hasn't slept for days. And at some meeting, he actually brought up, just briefly mentioned, hey, maybe we can talk to some miners and maybe they can reverse the transactions in a hack. And it was, and I tweeted out one of my more popular tweets that said, I'm begging CZ to do this because it'll prove that I've wasted 7 years of my life, and then I won't have to waste the next 7 because it will tell me that Bitcoin is not decentralized. So if the government can stop Bitcoin, I would rather see it sooner than later because it will give me something else to do going forward. I don't think they can. I think they will be as successful as stopping weed and cannabis from growing. Like, you can't stop the growth of a plant. Bitcoin, I think, is even more resilient. And especially when countries are adopting it as legal tender, there's nothing they're going to be able to do. They can make life uncomfortable. They can cause a short-term drop in Bitcoin, but they will not be able to stop it. And if I thought that they would, I would have never been in this space to begin with. Now, I do think they can stop Ethereum. I think they can stop any single shitcoin if they really wanted to, but I don't think they can stop Bitcoin. As far as laws go, I don't want them to pass. I want them to pass a law that says we're not going to pass laws. Well, the goal is not to have too much regulation on Bitcoin. The legal tender aspect is good and bad. With legal tender, it's money, so it's great. There's no more taxes because it's treated as money. But now that it's treated as money, you have all these money laundering laws because those, I think, are the most unethical, most immoral laws in the world. It's like, I don't mind laws on criminal activity, like murder, robbery. I have no problem with those laws. I like those laws. Like, I like the fact that it's illegal to kill someone. But I think money laundering laws are actually evil because you've earned money and it's up to you to decide what to do with that money. So I wish those laws would go away completely, but with Bitcoin as legal tender, those laws become more prominent. If Bitcoin is deemed illegal to begin with, well, how can you enforce money laundering laws on something that's already illegal, right? So it's a bit of a double-edged sword with Bitcoin as legal tender.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And keep a lookout for more We Know Crypto videos with our guest, Tone Vays.